It's been really nice to have Mr. Jain with us, and so I'm going to ask you to, give us a few wise words as a way of concluding, this session, and then that way, then we just move, into a more informal setting. Now, I think each of these, questions that came up, whether it's poultry or housing or anything, I think these are really good one-on-one, conversations to take up, and so hopefully, we can stay back a little bit and then work out, the next meeting or the next thing. So, Mr. Jain, please.
Thank you, Anil. So we had 9 presentations today, and all of them have covered different technologies, economics, and the working experience. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of them. I'll also like to thank all the participants for patient hearing as well as active participation in the discussion. As a program administrator, I would like to tell few things which are probably not very much related to technology, their management, or their operational experience. But definitely based on the deliberation we had today. The first thing I would like to support what Mr. Devkota has said. We should document the past experience and learnings in promotion of large-scale biomass, so that we should not repeat again those mistakes, and we should build our program based on the past learnings. That is the first thing I would like to. The second thing is the R&D. I'm not very clear what he has meant by R&D. We should not try to reinvent the wheel again, because now the technologies are available. My suggestion would be that we should focus more on technology acquisitions, technology absorption, technology adaptation, technology upgradation. So whatever the work we do, once the technology is acquired, we should adapt it to our local condition. We should try to upgrade it to our local conditions, and then we should try to replicate it. We should not go into that R&D mode, do academic work. Academic R&D is good for helping students in getting the degrees, but R&D will not help probably replicating the system in the field or deployment of the system in the field. Similarly, the standardization. I don't see that we should venture into this. Maybe for the smallest size system AEPC is doing is fine, but for large capacity system is up to the technology suppliers. It's in the globalization and the market-driven economy. It's a technology supplier who has to see his system works. We should ensure, as an administrator, there should be a life of the system. It should be able to treat our waste, and it should be able to give the performance for which they made the commitment. And all the payment should be linked with the performance of the plant. Nothing should be paid upfront. Now the technology acquisition. As far as technology acquisition is concerned, we should not acquire all nut and bolt from either India or from any other country. We should see what can be done locally. The foreign technology supplier should give us the detailed engineering, the proprietary items. Then and maybe the bill of materials. But then costing should be done based on the cost prevailing in the country. They should supervise the execution. they should do hand-holding in commissioning and training of the local people. That is the most important part. And slowly and slowly, I think they should withdraw from the scene. Maybe after 4 or 5 plants, once the 4 or 5 plants are done in the country. Again, the bottling of biogas, I think looks very fascinating to all. And even in the ministry, we also initially supported this idea, but subsequently we have discontinued this. This whole idea of bottling came from Norway and Sweden, where the hydropower is very cheap and surplus. At the same time, they wanted to create a zero emission society. They are not emitting anything. Whatever they are waste they are creating, they are recycling and reusing it. But the country like India, country like Nepal, we are the power-starved country. And we are trying to move the rural energy from the rural areas to our urban areas. I think that's not a viable option. The second thing is the cost involved in upgradation of the technology, because gas can be used as it is for the cooking purpose. With little bit upgradation, it can be used for the electricity generation. But if we go for the bottling, you need CO2 removal system, you need compression system, you need cylinders, you need fire safety certificate or the safety certificate. At what cost? Whether the things are viable, whether we have that kind of biogas. As per my estimate, break-even can come for a capacity of 5,000 cubic meter per day, and viability will come around a megawatt capacity, 10,000 cubic meter of gas. So if we are setting up a plant of 10,000 cubic meter per day, then only probably one should think of doing this bottling and all. It's not for the size we are looking for under our World Bank thing, SRAP. I don't see is a viable proposition. Import of material. I think AEPC has to identify and prepare a list what kind of material need to be imported. If somebody say they have to import the MS sheet, I don't think that is permissible as far as I'm concerned, as far as Indian government is concerned. The items which have multiple uses cannot be allowed to avail the benefits, because you are giving that exemption for a particular for an item for a particular use. If somebody start importing MS sheet in the garb of biogas plant and use it for somewhere else, I think there are problems. So you have to be very careful in selecting those things, deciding what kind of materials or the equipment need exemption or the concessions. Then another thing is the development of guidelines for technologies transfer. That's the last question. I think some of our Indian colleagues have given some inputs. I'll request that the Nepali construction companies, consultants, should also give us the feedback so that we can develop a model document which can again be circulated among all, and with the minor adjustments here and there, things can be signed or the formalized. That's all I think I'd like to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll have to move to the other room.